over there working at my father's house. But yeah, I figured, I'll go back live before I go to bed. It's only right. Uh, Welcome to the red zone. It's not even red. Let me see what the red look like. There we go. Welcome to the red zone. Nah, I just made it home, man. Gonna just chill, chop it up with y'all. Do some YouTubing. Let's do some YouTubing, y'all. I'm kind of where I'm at a stage that I want to be in life, somewhat. Even though I'm off my phone right now, I'm still setting up my stuff for my laptop and my StreamYard, and so forth and so forth. But I guess you guys might as well see the process, right? Thank you for that thumbs up. Hit that, so all my solidified ones, hit that thumbs up. Let's see what we're gonna do. I'm gonna let some people tune on in. Let's see who awake. It's about 11 o'clock my time. But look, welcome to my garage, you guys. Oh, I'm in the garage too. It's all right though. I'll make it look good. You feel me? Got my little background going on. My solidified wall. R.I.P. Kobe. Uh, R.I.P. to the boys. My boy up there, Kwani. R.I.P. Kwani. I got my AV News Crew hat up there. Shout out to AV News Crew. But yeah, that's the background for now on. So, what's going on, y'all? I'm gonna let a few people tune on in, and we're just going YouTube. We're gonna go through some YouTube, and we're gonna talk about some topics, and just talk about life, and talk about whatever we finna talk about. But we finna talk about some things for sure, for sure. I'm gonna give it a couple more seconds. Let's see who tunes on in. Nah, we're gonna keep it going. I know it's kind of late. You know, people are gonna rewatch, so it doesn't matter. We got to keep the program going. Shout out to the one person that's watching. Let me see some comments. Let me see some love up in this thing. Who watching? Who watching? I know it's a lot of people out there that's probably watching that probably don't like me, but it's all good in the neighborhood though. And not to jump to like no negative stuff or BS, but I kind of been kind of interested and I want to know what's going on with Benny and Nicolina 777 or Bulina 666. Does anybody out there know? Because I know they was cool. They attacked me, and then last thing I thought I seen that they was getting into it. So I want to know if there's anybody out there that may know. That's just a real quick question, not to bring up no negativity, but I'm pretty sure it's folks out there that keep up day for day and know that's, probably know what's going on. Let me see what we're gonna talk about first. There's a couple things I'm gonna talk about. Trying to let some people get on up in here. Um, One thing that's been going on is PNB Rock, which was shot in LA yesterday. That's kind of been trending on the internet, and that's something that I want to speak up on. Just being kind of from the area and being involved in hip hop and the culture, and just my opinion at the end of the day as me, a YouTuber that has a channel. I want to speak upon that. Um, One thing I want to speak up on is Eminem versus The Game. For those that don't know, that's something that's been going on in hip hop. I want to talk about, and a few other things we're gonna talk about tonight. Let me see. My bad, you guys. I'm trying to look. I got the YouTube. Let me show y'all. So yeah, that's what's going on. Eventually, once I get on my laptop, I don't gotta do things like this. But it's all good, man. We just here, waste some time, spend some time, whatever you may consider it, man. Catch up on a few things. Oh yeah, the Brittany Griner thing. I want to speak up on that too. Even though some of these subjects is a little, not too old, but it happened a couple weeks ago, a couple days ago, which is another thing I like to do on YouTube. When it comes to topics like this and certain things that's like everybody is on it, I like to take my time and wait. And that's one thing that I've been practicing with my YouTube is like be patient and be authentic, be real, keep it 100, of course, be solidified, but not just jump to, oh, I'm the first with the news and don't even know the correct news type of YouTuber. I like to sit back and watch all the other YouTubers and watch the news and watch all the information that pops out the first couple of days and then give my solidified opinion on the situation at hand instead of just jumping in and trying to be the first one to get the most views or the first one to break news on certain things, especially in that area. Like the only time I'm gonna break news, like honestly, if it's like news that needs to be broken that has been brought to my attention or like somebody wants me to break the news, um, especially in like true crime or anything like that, because that's definitely not what I'm here for. Is to break news or do things like that. What you looking for? But you guys get what I'm saying. Make sure you hit that thumbs up if you see it. I know it's kind of late, so it's not going to be too many people up in this thing. I guess we could start off with the Brittany Griner. Um, I'm pretty sure everybody knows that situation. A WNBA player that decided to leave the United States and allegedly felt certain ways about the United States and went to Russia prior to the war to play basketball. And then I guess she was on her way back and had a vape pen or something like that. Got caught in the airport. So they charged her with possession and transport and then all that stuff, which I understand to the most part. Like, is when you're dealing with certain things like that, especially on that caliber of who you is in life, you got to think about laws and the laws that you break and also the consequences. So that's very understandable. Boom, she was breaking the law out of country, and just to cut it short on how I feel. Let me see some comments, y'all. I see some likes. Thank you for the likes. For those that is tuned in, welcome to the red zone. And it do switch colors. So I might be feeling blue one day, and it might be the blue zone or whatever. Anyways, let's get back to it, man. We just practicing right now. This just a little. I'm just having fun with y'all, just catching up with my folks. Late night. I'm trying to see some comments. I know it's a couple of y'all that have been in and out, but even if you watch this later on, still leave comments. Like watch this as if you was watching it live, and then respond to the comments. It still counts the same way. So, anyways, back to the Brittany Griner thing, and remember, like I have a heart, and right is right, wrong is wrong, and fair is fair, and life is life. There's only so many ways you can put it, you know. Um, and as far as putting it, life is life, depends on how much you understand what life consists of, which is a lot of unfairness. Some things might be fair. You might be in luck. You might have a good moment. You might, live a whole good life of richness, or you might be the unfortunate, but life is life. which can consist of multiple things, So, and this manner right here with Brittany Griner, this my thing is like, let me get to it. Is her punishment, like as far as her being a prisoner of war? You know what I mean? To where that has a major part of her, her discipline for her consequences and her actions, her punishment, basically. It wasn't just justified off of what she did, but more of her being a prisoner of war. So that's just whereas me as a human being and just knowing the truth behind that is, it's kind of wrong to the extent that she got 9 years, which it might get overturned. They're trying to do an exchange or whatever. But the whole point is okay. We all understand that she understands that she was doing something illegal. Actually, let me double back on that because that's what the world is saying. But to become before judgment, I'm not a judgmental person. I'm gonna believe what a person says until like otherwise, like you know what I mean? Because it's your story, first of all, as me being a human being, right? And you being a human being, and I'm not judgmental. I am not God, and I am not a judge. So I don't think judgmentally under under certain circumstances. So the first thing is your word. If I don't know you, or if I do know you, just depends on what it is your word. So her testimony is actually, well, I'm gonna say it, and then let's just see if we can find it in the background. Is that she didn't realize that she had that on her. So outside of what America thinks, right? Which America is mostly negative, and all these people is negative, and they so quick to judgment, like they're the perfect person, right? Or like they're God, right? Boom. I'm not that type of person because I make my own mistakes and I live and I learn and I believe in God, and that's just not the way to go. So the first thing that I would do or expect a solidified person to do that keep it 100, and that is not judgmental to the next person or their mistakes as if they're a perfect person, or expect the next person to be a perfect person, or for you to even judge this person in general. Her story is that she didn't know. She might have knew. We don't know. But this is her story. So now it comes to if we believe her or not, right? So what gives you a reason to not believe this woman or to believe this woman as if she did it intentionally or unintentionally? But her story is it was unintentional, but then she still confessed to her crime. And then to further do it, she is a prisoner of war. We all know that. So this is where my sympathy comes from, as far as she might deserve some type of punishment, and especially being in another country and all that. But prior to the war, it probably wouldn't have happened, or her punishment probably wouldn't have been that deep. Like you know what I mean? So that's the things that I look at in life that a lot of people don't look at because they just lack love, and they so quick to go to negativity instead of realizing that we all make mistakes and that you're not God and that you can't really judge nobody. At the end of the day, we all know this is not a bad person. You know, that probably made one bad mistake that in their 9 years, um, and not just because of what she did, but because of the politics that's going on in life between the United States and Russia, and the United States playing a part in giving Ukraine weapons. And like, come on now, you know what I mean? So she's a victim of that. And that's why she got 9 years, the maximum, which Russia knows that's not fair. A lot of people know that's not fair. And that's what bothered me in the beginning of this, is because people are so judgmental, like they're perfect. And nobody is perfect. We all make mistakes. I'm not perfect. Shit. Um, I, I am who I am, and for the most part, a lot of people feel I'm a good person. No, I'm a good person. I am a good person. But then you might have a couple people out there that might not feel like that. It doesn't necessarily mean it's true or not, but it's not for nobody else's judgment. So, um, and this is what I want to bring to the table as far as bringing being a YouTuber is just a person that cares and not just think about getting views, but bringing an honest opinion to the table without feelings. And they say life expects you to play one side of the fence. If you play both sides of the fence, they might consider that unloyal, but that's not necessarily true, especially if you don't know nothing or you're not involved and you don't know the 100% truth. The best thing to do is play both sides of the fence. Not acting like you're so educated and just know everything in the world, because nobody knows everything in the world. If anybody in this motherfucker knew everything in the world, then we would know for sure a lot of things, like if it's a heaven or where we go when we die, or that star and galaxy that you see all the way out there, like what's there or what's nobody knows. So that'd be my mind state where you got to think about that about multiple situations. So like with Brittany Griner, she did what she did, but does she really deserve 9 years? I don't think so. Wish she would have got 9 years prior to this war, and the politics behind that, and the disagreements between the United States and Russia and Ukraine, and y'all know what's going on. You get what I'm saying? So where that's where it's kind of a twisted situation. Where the comments at? If y'all commenting, I cannot see no comments, but we got 4 likes, we got 4 people watching. So what I'm gonna try to do right now is try to find that testimony from Miss Brittany to where she explains her story. Um, and for those that's just tuning in, usually I would do this on my laptop, on my StreamYard, but we just getting back at it. We just having fun right now. It's like practice. Okay, Maria, there we go. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna just pick one. Let's see. But what we're looking for is a testimony.
And we're deep. Hold deeper. Deep. It's all.
When all you can pizza is think about Postmates. For $30 off your first 3 orders of $35 or more, use code LA30.
WNBA star Brittany Griner is testifying in a Russian courtroom today. She pleaded guilty, but claims she didn't intend to break the law when she brought the cannabis oil into the country.
Okay.
Foreign correspondent Maggie Rulli.
It's not the one I was looking for, but they got straight to the point, though. Let's see what they talk about.
To hear from Brittany Griner for the first time. Griner, a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, was visiting Russia to play basketball in the off-season when she was arrested in mid-February at a Moscow airport after vape canisters containing cannabis oil were found in her luggage. Griner has pled guilty, but insists it was a mistake, saying she accidentally packed it when traveling. On Tuesday, her defense calling a doctor who specializes in drug and alcohol abuse treatment to the stand, who confirmed Griner had a legal U.S.-issued medical prescription for the cannabis and used it to treat pain and injuries. The medical testimony and Griner's admission aimed at getting her a more lenient sentence.
It can't hurt for her to testify in court. Anything that she and others can do to try to alleviate the sentence is all something that she and her team are going to be looking to do.
The WNBA star seen in court earlier this week, locked in a steel cage, holding up 2 photos of her wife, Sherelle, giving this message to our ABC News producer inside the courtroom.
How do you feel? Do you have any complaints?
No complaints. Wait patiently.
The U.S. government under pressure to bring her home.
Her testimony is seen by legal experts as a last-ditch effort for a milder sentence because the vast
vast majority, about 99% of people who are arrested on drug charges in Russia are given the max sentence of 10 years in prison.
All right, we're gonna pause that real quick. We're gonna go to my boy GQ. Boy, what's going on, my boy? One of the day ones in there, man. Hey, salute to you. Salute to everybody that's up in here. But see, my boy GQ got that wrench, man. One of the solidified ones. I heard that once, okay, and I read it on AV News Crew page. Now, let me state what I read on his page, that it was rumored that he was having troubles in jail about getting beat up, and that if he can't get moved, that he had thoughts of suicide. And what AV News Crew, which is Matt and Apple, you know, just to clarify everything, it's not confirmed by law enforcement or anybody, but confirmed by others, you know. So when it comes to the boys, it's like you never know, because that's what's expected, which I would, you know, as me being from Kern County, and how big of a profile the case is, and knowing how Kern County is, like, you know, Bakersfield is not no punk. The city of Bakersfield is with the business. You know, you don't hear about Bakersfield that much. You might if you connected in, you know, but this is true facts. And you know, Bakersfield is right here. I'm California City. Then you got LA, and Bakersfield is up there, man. That's all I could say. So in the jails and outside the jails, in the streets or in the jails, Bakersfield is definitely not a city to underestimate within the whole gang city of the United States. You know, Bakersfield will be up there with LA. It's probably more active, but it just, you know, people just don't know. So back to that question, it's not confirmed, but it wouldn't be surprising, because it's a high profile case and they don't play that in jail. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's shit. It's not that easy to commit suicide. We all know, allegedly, but we know what they did to the boys. They hurt the boys. They made the boys no longer be here. No matter what their story is, no matter what their part is, they played a part. So, you know, it's not going to be easy. I was saying this before they got incarcerated, to where when they do get incarcerated, it's going to be worse in the county jail. They will be lucky to, you know, continue through trial and get sentenced to prison, and then it's not going to be that easy in prison either, because of they hurt some children, man. So it is what it is. I don't know, but most likely, probably, to where it is. Hey, it's not that easy to commit suicide either. So even if he did commit suicide and go the coward way, you think it was that easy for that man to contemplate on that? Look how long he been locked up already. He ain't did it yet. So it's not that easy for him. So even if he did take that route, that's what he gets. You know, honestly. Either way, go get him beat up. If he has to commit suicide, you have to do life in jail. You get the death penalty. Anything besides freedom and able to do what you want to do in life anymore. It don't matter how it go. Honestly, suffer. You're suffering. If you come to a point in life to where you did what you did to some kids, and you have to be in jail and commit suicide, and you ain't did it yet, it's hard for you. So for you to do that, it wasn't an easy process. You deserve that. Shit. Just imagine, like, you know, not imagine being hurting kids, but just imagine being in jail and not really being suicidal, but wanting to end your life, but not even strong enough to commit suicide, but still have to do it. Like, that's a battle that he deserves. But that makes it worse, because you might get forgiveness for fucking doing what you do, but both, like, you did what you did and then you went out the coward way. Like, yeah, that you're hellbound for sure. Like, you're already hellbound. That's just the way I'll be thinking, man. Not a laughing matter, but when it comes to anything that them folks got to go through for what they did to them boys, it's a little refreshing. You know what I mean? Just like, you know, with the person that oh yeah, that's what I want to talk about. You know, a little bit of Nipsey too, man. You know, the person that did something to the person that killed Nipsey. You know, it's people don't think about that, man. And it's karma. It is what it is. At the end of the day, I hope that's what's going on. I hope he is getting beaten up, and I hope he is contemplating to commit suicide. Because look, even if that is true, he ain't did it yet. So that means it is hard on him to even take his own life. Suffer. Then when you do take your life, you probably definitely going to hell. Like, you know, if that's the case of life, and that's how life go, and you know it is what we think it is, and you go to a bad place for doing bad things, then he's going to a bad place. Shit. Prayers for the family of the boys, though, man. Off top, you know, I stay representing, man. That's where basically got started from. They got trial coming up, I think this month on a couple of days. I gotta tap in with my folks. I gotta tap in with Roro, man. It's just, you know, everybody just been kind of getting back to life and trying to normalize their life, and definitely didn't forget about the boys. But you know, it's only so much to talk about until this trial happens, and you know, but it's still a lot to come out. We still have a long road ahead of us until we get the proper justice and we get an ending. Not just us, the family, most importantly, every, you know, every family member that's connected to the boys in any type of fashion, blood wise, like, you know, and we just here to support. You know, we got to support them too. This is their blood, all sides. You know, shout out to Ryan Dean, shout out to Roro, shout out to Charles, shout out to the other baby father, shout out to, you know, everybody that's deeply connected into the boys, especially the Bio family, just to get that out the way. I gotta tap back in with the trial dates. Like I said, you know, everybody just been kind of going through their own things in life, not to disregard the boys, but you know, it's just with everybody. You know, we're just waiting on the trial. I did have it written down somewhere, but I'm not exactly sure. But I know it's coming up. If it's not this month, you said October, September, October, yeah, this month or next month. We got 10 people up in here. It is late. Well, it's like 12:20 on my end, but that's what's up though. We just, you know, I'm just here just to chop it up with you guys about random things. We was on the Britney thing, so let's get back to that. All due respect to the boys. Like I know this Britney Griner thing is you know, about a month old. And a lot of people out there feel different ways, which I feel like anything pretty much out of having some type of compassion for her situation is somewhat, you know, not having a heart, like, you know, because I understand, you know, she messed up. I'm pretty sure she know, if she did know, she know what she did, but she probably wasn't. That's like, you know, all right, I'm about to do this crime. The average time is like 2 years, you know. So if I do get caught, I'm gonna do like 2 years, might get off with a year, whatever. Boom. But then in the middle of that crime, something else transpired to alters the way laws is, you know, especially in her situation as being a prisoner of war. It went from like a 2-year sentence or 3-year sentence to, oh, we're giving you the maximum just because. So that's just the whole thing. And we're gonna end it on that. Unless, you know, somebody got some comments, you feel me, on how they feel about that situation. Either way it go, like, even if you feel different from the way I feel, if you feel she, you know, it's a lot of people out there that be like, oh, she know what she was doing, so she deserved that. And, you know, some people that don't have that much compassion or feelings towards the situation. Just speak on how you feel. It is what it is. Like, we all, you know, at the end of the day, we all got to live our life and stay free and feed our family, you feel me? So we're just talking about somebody else's stuff, but you know, we all human too. Without being judgmental, man. That's a lot of people out here is judgmental, even just not even intentionally, just on accident. But that's sometimes you got to control that. Like some of your feelings is not meant to be publicized, because some of them feelings you might have to work on yourself, or might not be the legitimate feelings for the situation, or anything. Because at the end of the day, it's like, how much do your feelings really matter to a situation, especially if they're negative? You might as well not even say nothing, like, which is nothing that I can change. It just boggles me. And all right, there we go. Rhea, it's a possible political pawn, but also it's another country, different laws. Feel it's not a big deal at all, and she should be home. Yeah, exactly. On both y'all comments, on Maria's comment, she is definitely a political pawn, to where, okay, boom, say she didn't know, or if she did know. I think like the average time would probably be prison time, maybe like a year or two, maybe 3 years, if it wasn't no political disagreements in between Russia and the United States, especially a war, especially when this is an American citizen, a high profile American, because we got to understand that. Look, don't get mad because the next person is a high profile person and we're not. You know what I mean? That's not our fault. And God bless his certain peoples to be certain peoples. So we can't knock the next person for being a high profile person, to where, this is what I'm saying, to where common sense is, a high profile person is most likely supposed to get special treatment, to a certain circumstance. And that's usually how it goes, to boil down to the point. Some people get mad off of that because they're not a celebrity, but this celebrity, they're a celebrity. What do you expect? Not even that. They're a person with money that can do certain things that we can't do in legal, and it just depends. But in her situation, it doesn't matter about money, because this is a political pawn, and it's a bigger deal than that, but at the end of the day, it's not right. Because if it wasn't that situation, she would not have got 9 years. She probably wouldn't even got punished for it. So that's my main thing right there, you guys. That's my main thing. And Tatio feels not a big deal at all, and she should be home. Yes, definitely. Not even if she shouldn't be home, just say she had to do a lighter sentence, like 2-3 years. It is what it is. You still broke laws, intentionally or unintentionally. High profile American or not, the law was broken. Maybe it could be something that could be, whatever. But if we all got to understand that a punishment, I guess, at the end of the day, must be due. You feel me? It's necessary. I could admit that. She would have got like 2 or 3 years. I'd be like, well, shit. I didn't did some shit on accident and didn't know, and got in trouble. That's just life, but it's the way it is. But just to end that though, man, it's back to people being judgmental. And that's what her situation, a lot of people was just being judgmental, was to that's how a lot of people is in general nowadays, like, which is not cool, because from my understanding with God is judges is going to be the first ones to get judged. You know what I mean? And then one thing God tell you is the government and all that is the devil's folks, and they're going to use the government to go against God's folks and things of that nature, man. So we always under a disadvantage as even being a God-fearing person in general, not even American citizen, not even a God-fearing American citizen, but just a God-fearing citizen of the earth, the world, you know. So yeah, we all gonna face these trials, man. We all gonna go through them things. It's definitely unfair. It's my, my opinion. How do you feel about those new purge laws in Chicago video? Actually, I didn't even see it yet, so I can't even base my opinion. I can't even, really say anything on that. But just the sound of it is kind of like the same thing that's going on here in LA, which has been discussed, and it's pretty much like a purge. A lot of people getting away with crimes. The DA in Los Angeles is not charging people. The governor of California is not. Everybody's getting away to where it's pretty much, it's been a purge out in California for like the last year or two. But for certain crimes, like with Trezell and what they going, is different compared to activities that's going on with, like, just say, people of Los Angeles and doing little other crimes and, stuff like that. But I'll check that out for sure, definitely. All right, so yeah, let's get back into this video. Oops, what happened?
Metaportal.
Hold on real quick, guys.
Brittany Griner convicted.
Yo, I'm back. My bad. I had a phone call, you guys. Had a phone call. I'm back. So before we continue, anybody got anything else that they want to say? Wow, we dropped like 7 people, but it's all good though. I understand it's late night. I done dropped out. I would have probably stopped watching too. All right, yeah, let's watch this video, then we gonna move on.
Griner, detained in Russia for more than 5 months, found guilty of intentionally smuggling vape cartridges of hashish oil into the country. She addressed the judge before the verdict was announced, holding a photo of her team in Russia, telling the judge she, quote, made an honest mistake. President Biden calling her sentence unacceptable, and the administration is again urging Russia to accept its prisoner proposal. Here's ABC's senior...
Oh yeah, let me say that too. That's one thing that a lot of people have been saying, like, America does not care. Not to get into politics or nothing like that, but as far as what I've been seeing, there's been certain, politics and politicians, and they've been politicking behind this fact of behind her. I don't know if it's true or not, but as far as what they say, they concerned, like, so there's been people out there saying that, this and this, they don't care. Well, it seemed like they've been trying to do something, but, is people got to understand is being damn, it's slipping my tongue, the right word that I was trying to say. Basically being a pawn of war, like, the situation that she's in is a different situation to where,
White House correspondent Mary Bruce.
This is the moment Brittany Griner learned her fate. Standing in a cage in a Russian courtroom, hearing she's been sentenced to 9 years in a Russian prison camp. Earlier, Griner emotional, saying she takes responsibility for illegally bringing vape cartridges containing cannabis oil into the country back in February, but stressing it was an accident.
I made an honest mistake, and I hope that in your ruling that it doesn't end my life here.
Griner choking up as she then apologized to her family and teammates in Russia and back in the U.S.
I want to also apologize to my parents, my siblings, my Phoenix Mercury organization back at home, the amazing women of the WNBA, and my amazing spouse.
During the trial, her lawyers argued there was no criminal intent, but back in Washington, President Biden called for the WNBA star's release, saying in a statement that her sentence is one more reminder of what the world already knew. Russia is wrongfully detaining Britney. But the White House tonight won't say publicly if they think Russia is trying.
And that's another one of my things right there. Like, the United States of America, no matter what is going on, no matter what I believe in, is saying themselves that Britney is wrongfully punished off of this situation just because of a prisoner of war, like, you know, the situation at hand. And this is my thing, like, from human to human, you know, from person to person. You know, from a man that has a heart to anybody out there that has a heart. This is her situation, you know, so that's the wrongfulness of that's what gives me compassion, and to where I feel others should have compassion instead of just bash this woman. But you know, there's only so many good-hearted, understanding people out there that's not judgmental, that will understand this or any other situation or any other thing that people go through. And that's why we deal with what we deal with in life and deal with certain people that we deal with, and not understand that, you know, it's a natural to it though.
To send a message by giving Griner such a severe sentence. Do you think she's being used as a political pawn here?
I cannot ascribe intent here. All I can do is tell you where President Biden is and the national security team. Wrongfully detained, need to come home. There's a deal on the table. Let's make the deal. Let's get him home.
The Biden administration is urging Russia to accept its proposal to bring Griner and former Marine Paul Whelan home. Sources tell ABC News the offer is to swap the two Americans for notorious Russian arms dealer Victor Bout. Lawyers try to appeal.
She can hardly talk, honestly, so it's a difficult time for her.
Mary Bruce back with us now. So, Mary, what more can you tell us about the status of those negotiations to bring Brittany Griner and Paul Whelan back?
I'm told these talks are ongoing, but when I press the White House seeing any progress, they won't say, insisting they don't think it's helpful to try and negotiate all of this out in public. The big question tonight, though, is now that Griner has been convicted, will Russia go ahead and accept the proposal on the table? Or if not, how much more, if anything, is President Biden willing to offer to bring these Americans home?
Those are the key questions. All right, Mary, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking ABC News.
Like he said, those is the key questions. That was a good video right there. It kind of explains everything, you know. My whole point is just for them folks out there that, you know, that's just judgmental and don't quite understand what's going on, man. You got to stop being judgmental. And I feel like even a lot of people try to say, oh, well, she done went against America. Shit, all like, you know, I love to be in America, right? Me. But then there's some things that I got to say about America to where, shit, if I could probably leave America, I probably would. But I mean, you know, doesn't mean I feel I would deserve to get this type of treatment for that. Because we all feel that way to a certain aspect. Like, you know, as we are probably the best country to live in the world. But then again, it's like, you know, we still got to deal with certain things. You know, it's not all glitter and glory and you know, all Hollywood stars and what they try to make it seem like. But yeah, man, prayers to her, man. I hope everything work out at the end of the day. I feel it's unfair And I'm definitely not judgmental, and I definitely know she's a good person that doesn't deserve 9 years in prison, especially as being an important person, you know, in America. No matter if she left America or not, like she's still an American citizen that is being a victim of war that made her a prisoner of war to where she got an extended prison sentence for some legalized medication from her country that she came. Come on now. No, we not finna go no more. But yeah, this the things that we're gonna discuss in the future. Cause I'm a real humanitarian person and I got love and shit. And a lot of these YouTubers, they so quick to, which I understand, get your money by any means, you feel me, necessary. Do what you gotta do. I'm not here to knock nobody. I'm here for a different approach. I like the way. I don't want to be breaking news. I want to talk about how these people talked about the breaking news a week later and this and this and this, and I think that's more beneficial in the end and more solidified. You feel me? Keeping it 100 though. Let me see. I could end it right here. I'm gonna see if some more folks come on in, because there's a couple more topics that I want to talk about. Well, actually, I'm gonna end this. This is this we're gonna end this with the Brittany Griner, man. Free her for sure. Solidified, sister right there, man. Definitely don't deserve the what she got. And my prayers is with her and her family and her wife. And everybody that love this woman, man. Still a human being at the end of the day. But I'm about to bounce back. We're gonna talk about some different things. So actually, let me see what's going on. We got one person tuned on, and let me see a comment. If I see one comment, I'm gonna keep on going. Let's go. Oh, they dropped out. I'm saying, let's go. I'll talk to one person. Oh, we got 2 people up in here. Let's go. Somebody drop a comment. Oh, we got 3 people. Drop a comment. I'll keep on going. One comment. Say anything. Peace and blessings. Hello, how you doing? Solidified. Let's get it. Drop a 100. 3 people watching. We could. What's the next subject? We could talk about PNB Rock, who was just murdered in Los Angeles, California. That's a trending topic. We could talk about that next. Let me see one comment. I'll keep it going. Let me go ahead and start searching it just in case. If not, welcome to the red zone. I know there's some people out there that just like to watch. Might be the feds, might be somebody that don't like me, might just be a person that just don't know how to comment. Little Amy, oh, we got 2. Lakeisha, my sis. 4th quarter pressure. Let's go. What's up, sis? You was here, you just tuned in, or you was here the whole time? Because I know you would have said something on a Brittany Griner. What you feel about that? Was you just here the last couple? Shit, we've been here 48 minutes. We've been talking about that situation. But we could talk about this PNB too. Oh, just coming in. All right, so at first we was talking about Brittany Griner, the WNBA player that got 9 years, and I just was talking about how that's unfair. But you don't have to go back. But we could talk about the PNB Rock, which you from LA. So this would be a perfect topic. And for those that don't know, it was a rapper from Philadelphia. And I really don't know too much about him, honestly. I can't even name one song about him, but from what I've been hearing, he lost his life for a little bit of nothing, but at the same time, maybe not the right decisions. You feel me? Yeah, it's just always messed up, sis. Like, at the end of the day, it's like he probably could have made better decisions, but then that's not them wrong decisions that he made shouldn't have cost his life. But then again, it go both ways. Like, you got to know. First of all, my condolences to him and his family and his girlfriend, because his girlfriend posted a picture and they trying to say, oh, she set him up and all that, man. As far as I know, the woman not even from LA. I don't think that she set her man up. She just posted a picture that led to their location and it might have led to his demise, but I don't think it was intentionally. And at the end of the day, this woman still has to deal with the death of her boyfriend dying in front of her eyes just because she posted a picture. So, yeah, it's on the east, the heart of the east side. And it's like, you know, go back to Pop Smoke. Go back to YG 6 years ago. 6 years ago, YG dropped that song, Don't Come to LA. You feel me? LA is LA and it's only getting worse and worse. You know what I mean? Do I think his girl has something to do with it? Nah, I don't think so either. I think the only thing she did was just post her location, which was not intentional to get him killed or for a setup. It might not have been the right thing to do, but then that's not up to her. That's the man's decision to control your woman. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure if he would have been on that, well, it go all type of ways. Keep it 100, like, you feel me? If he would have been on that, he would have went to that location of Roscoe's and Chicken. We all know that. He would have went to Hollywood, or he would have went to, you feel me, elsewhere besides the most ghettoest, hoodest Roscoe's and Chicken and Waffles in Los Angeles County without being attached to these, you feel me, streets. It's very important that you are intact with these streets as being an outside rapper. You have to, or I don't make these rules up, you feel me? And it's not up to me to make these rules, but these is the laws of Los Angeles. And especially as being a rapper, you have to check in, you feel me? You can't not just be a rapper, come to Los Angeles, especially in that area, and do that. And I'm still not knocking him because it's still a sad situation, because in life, you should be able to fucking do that. But you can't. Straight up and down, you feel me? All the way around, you just cannot do that. I wouldn't even go do that. You know, I'm not even a rapper. I'm just, you know, a black man from the area. You feel me? I'm not even gang affiliated, but I know them politics, you know. I'm on my phone. I'm not actually on my laptop, so it's no link, you know, for anybody to come on. So you just gonna have to let it out on the comment section, sis. I got you. It's just me and you talking right now, so, you know, just say whatever you gotta say. But yeah, to boil down to the whole situation is he probably could have moved better. Still wrong how they did him, but shit. As me being a person from Southern California, a non-affiliate gang member, but also a street dude, could almost on that same caliber as a gang member, but not affiliated, not dedicated to that shit. I done been around it and I know, you feel me? And that's a no-no, especially in these times. That's a no-no. I'm pretty sure he knew it was a no-no because he talked about it before. You know, so it's just a sad situation at the end of the day. Honestly, you know, it was just wrong decisions, and he was still innocent. You know, if he made wrong decisions or not, that man was still innocent and didn't deserve that. You know, it's just the ignorance of what's going on with our people, is the culture. You feel me? And we're in 2022, so a lot of us black men, especially these black men that's got money and power, you feel me, you got to understand it. I understand that, and I'm not even as on a level, like, you know, but I understand the value of my life and losing other people in life, and coming from where I come from and just seeing the value of staying at home, going to work, providing for your family, not all right, my bad about that. We back. Hey, sis, you still up in here? My bad about that. Let's see who all up in here first before I continue. Okay, that's why my area and all day, this McDonald's across the street, other out, which is big time facts, bro. Yeah, you feel me? It's just, you know, it's just people gotta realize, come to oh, you back? Oh, you in? Okay, for sure, just making sure. But yeah, sis, you already know, like, you know that area, and you know, like, you know, as celebrities, you know, you should go certain places, you feel me? And for some reason, after all these deaths that happened in LA, after Pop Smoke, all right, I'm back again. My bad. Let's see who all up in here. I'm gonna give it a few minutes. We should be good. There was something going on with my charger, you guys. That's my video, sis. I don't know if you're still in here. I'm gonna give it a little bit, and then we're gonna continue. But yeah, though, welcome to the Red Zone. You feel me? That late night motivation. That's what I try to bring to the table on this YouTube, man. That's just in life in general. I want to be an inspiration for motivation for people in life. You know, it's pretty much that all we got. You know, that's it. Is what you gonna do? What marker in life? What are you gonna leave when you leave? You feel me? What marker is you gonna leave when you leave? Okay, it's back on. Yeah, I know that was my fault, sis. So dropping number one, just to make sure, just to you know, clarify one more time that you're up in this thing. All right, cool. Yeah, so we back on. So we should be good. But you feel what I'm saying, though, sis? You know what I mean? Like, it's just people need to understand that. You know, that's why it's like, I got a big heart. Like, I feel when a lot of these rappers die, especially when it's unnecessary. Especially when like somebody else take their life as a hater. But then at the same time, as you being a rapper in these time and days, you have to know how you move. You feel me? It should be no reason in life to where you, even as a